Hello and welcome. I'm Relinda Thomas, and I'm here to help you enter your unit goals in TaskStream. First, you'll go to the Unit Goals, Outcome, and Alignment map. Next, you'll click the Checkout button. Please remember, when you check out a section, you're the only one who can work in that area, so please remember to check it back in when you're done. Now we're going to enter our unit goals. You have two options. First, you could select an existing set of goals that you used in a previous year. The only problem with that is that you might not be able to update those goals with new information. You're probably safest to choose Create New Outcome Set. So we'll click the orange button. Now we'll give our unit goals a name. Most of the time, people may give those goals a name based on the date of the academic year, or possibly their department or division name. In this case, since it's just an example, I'll give it a simple name, Annual Unit Goals. We can also check the box to make sure we have the option of mapping those goals to other areas later. Then we'll click Continue. Perfect. The blue bar then will tell us the name of our goal set. Your goal set should only have one blue bar. If you have 2 or 3 bars, then you have separate goal sets. Now we're going to add in each individual goal. That means we'll click the button Create New Objective. In TaskStream language, our objective is our goal. So each time we want to enter a new goal, we'll click Create New Objective. Excellent. Now in an academic department, Objective 1 or Goal 1 has to do with student learning, and we call that academic quality. So the first goal is academic quality, and we can give a brief description. So we want to improve student learning in the program areas. You can check spelling and then click Continue. Now, under each one of our goals, we may have an outcome, some type of event or criteria that shows that we have indeed reached our goal. So we'll click on Create New Outcome. Now, our outcome is our end result, something that we want to show that we have done to prove that we are indeed advancing toward the goal. In this case, let's use something measurable, like 80% student proficiency in undergraduate programs. All right. Now then, and we can also give a description. So 80% of students in our undergraduate program will demonstrate proficiency Once again, we can check spelling and click Continue. These are just examples, by the way. You certainly can tailor your descriptions according to your needs. Now, we could add mapping at this point or go straight to adding another outcome, but just in this case, I want to show you how this came out, so we'll go back to all outcome sets. And now you can see what we have so far. We have goal number 1 and our first outcome. At this point, we can choose to map the outcome to some important goal sets that our unit wants to be consistent with. Let me give you an example. If we click on Map, you'll have the option to create new mapping. Even if it was already mapped to some goals, you'd want to go ahead and click Create New Mapping if you want to add more. This is going to bring you to a drop-down menu where you can select the type of goal sets. Now in this case, I'm using the College of Arts and Sciences Operational Plan and Assessment Report as an example. Your best option will be to choose goal sets distributed to your department or your division. The others, where you use outcome sets, basically mean that you'd be mapping to other sets of outcomes from your set of outcomes, and that can get to be redundant. So you're usually best to choose goal sets distributed to your department or your division. Then you'll click Go. This is going to show you all of the goal sets that you could choose from, and you'll see they can include the FSU strategic priorities, or they might include UNC strategic directions, certainly SAC standards, and you may also see different professional organizations there as well. We can only choose one at a time, and so we'll click a button and then we'll click Continue. I'll use SACs as an example. Now you see a listing of the SAC standards. In this case, we're going to map it to Outcome 1, which has to do with the student learning in the undergraduate programs. So let's just scroll down and find a suitable goal to map to. Fantastic. Here we are. 3.3.1.1, Educational Programs Including Student Learning Outcomes. And so that's an excellent choice for student learning. We could actually check off as many of these goals or standards that relate to our outcome. Once you've chosen them and checked the boxes, you'll click Continue. And when we return, you see that we have our outcome under Goal 1, and now it's mapped to a standard. We could do the same process over and over to map it to other SAC standards or to map it to the UNC strategic directives. We can map it to FSU strategic plan, and certainly those are expectations. We can also map it to our professional organizations. Now, just for good measure, let's add in another goal and maybe a couple of other outcomes, just as an example. To create a whole new goal, goal number 2, we'll click Create a New Objective. Remember, we don't want to create a new outcome set. We're creating a new objective. And now we'll give that a name. So number 2 will deal with retention and graduation rates, and we call that degree attainment. In this case, we want to show that we're making efficient progress toward degree completion. And certainly you can use your own descriptions that are appropriate to your area. Then you can check spelling and click Continue. Fantastic. Now we have another goal, and each goal needs a measurable outcome. So very quickly I'll just put in an example. Perhaps in this case we want to make sure that we reach an 80% student retention rate. So our academic programs will increase 1-year retention rate. Let's say in this case, let's say as an example that maybe they started out with a 75% retention rate, and so now they want to increase it to 80%. That's the goal. So we'll click on Continue, and I won't map it just yet. Let's go back to all outcome sets so you can see how this came out. Excellent. Now I'll create yet a new outcome. This one will deal with graduation. Okay, let's say for instance that we want to improve the graduation rate of this fictional undergraduate program to 30%. And we'll click Continue. Let's go back to all those outcome sets. You would continue the same process to enter in each of your goals, which simply means that to create a goal, you go to Create New Objective. In TaskStream language, an objective is a goal. Underneath each goal, you'll put in measurable outcomes, something specific that you can demonstrate to show that you are indeed achieving those goals. Each outcome needs to be mapped to show that it is meeting an important need of the FSU strategic plan or an important expectation of SAC standards or some other professional organization. In this case, let's go ahead and do a little bit of mapping. Once again, we create new mapping. We'll select the goal set. We click on Go. And in this case, I'll choose the FSU Strategic Priorities. Then we click Continue. In this case, for student retention rate, we'll take a look at, here we go, 1.1.5, that's perfect. And we'll just click the Continue button. Outstanding. Now we have a new outcome and it's mapped. Again, you'll continue the same process to enter each of your goals, any new outcomes, and then to map them. Great job. Thank you.